Merriam-Webster defines Golden Age as a period of great happiness and achievement. The United States of America is not in one of those golden ages today. We are currently facing a battle we have not faced before, an ideology. Terrorism has ripped through our country and throughout the world, and we have been devastated with attacks such as 9/11, San Bernardino, Orlando, and many more. Along with that, the United States has responded poorly, with troops still stationed today in Iraq and Afghanistan, and hundreds of lives lost because of supposed weapons of mass destruction. The United States has been recovering from its worst economic disaster since the Great Depression, and has not been able to fully make up for the damage it has done to the U.S. economy. America's debt is also at an all-time high, where we owe trillions of dollars to countries that we owe money since the depths of the Cold War. The United States owes approximately $18.96 trillion to different countries and organizations throughout the world. Our technology has begun to take over our daily lives, as over 88% of the country uses the internet and 77% have a smartphone as of June 2016. Information from social media and other resources can be easily trackable and found, and nothing is safe anymore. This is the United States today. Our economy is busted, we're leaking personal information to the world, and we are afraid. Now, America is considered a nation of opportunity, which is exactly what we need in the 21st century. In the era of westward expansion, we were that nation of opportunity. President Thomas Jefferson sought to expand the land of the United States of America. He completed a deal that purchased a third of the entire continental United States presently, from France with the Louisiana Purchase. He sent Lewis and Clark to discover the Pacific and the Oregon Trail. People began to settle in the West and created a new life for Americans of the future. This motto of land of opportunity was also used in the era through technology. Economic production boomed after Eli Whitney's cotton gin made cotton picking much easier and allowed for the production of more textiles, and it created a big profit for businesses all across the U.S. For settlers in the West, a railroad system that stretched across wide territory made it easier for people to get from place to place. It seemed everything was perfect. You could say a quote-unquote golden era. Then again, America has had its share of bad times. Following the end of World War II, the United States had established itself as one of the world's superpowers, but soon we were challenged by the Soviet Union to see which nation could become more superior. Two opposing political ideologies fighting in a Cold War. These were one of the most fearful times in American history. For almost 50 years, the people of the United States feared at any moment of a nuclear attack from the USSR. People began accusing others of believing in an ideology that opposed U.S. democracy. Communism. This is similar to the ideology of radical Islam, and how it is being treated in the United States of America today. There was a new need to spend during the Cold War. There was a new need to spend money on weapons of mass destruction. The U.S. military spending in 1955 was taking up almost 20% of the country's total GDP. The United States was living in fear and was prepared for the ultimate world war which would destroy all of us. One quote-unquote golden era that is similar to that of westward expansion in the U.S. would be the colonization of Africa by the British Empire. At the height of the British Empire, they ruled almost all of East Africa, and they continued to expand to different lands. They had conquered the territory of 22 present-day African nations. They found new resources in these lands and settled there much like the Americans did in the West. Britain, as did the U.S., became much wealthier after this territorial expansion, although these two golden eras have significant differences. First of all, the British Empire found land on a much larger scale than the United States in the era of westward expansion. Also, westward expansion was mostly unexplored territory to the people. Africa was previously conquered by different European nations colonizing. The British Empire also did not take on this land of opportunity motto that the U.S. did, and did not use the territory as much value to the nation as the U.S. did with the West. The United States needs to embrace that land of opportunity motto in order for us to return to the golden age of America. We do not want to return to the dark times of the Cold War. It seems we're headed that way. We're fighting against an ideology, and we've piled up a debt that just keeps increasing. If we are to succeed, we need to improve our country from the inside out. We need to realize that it is time to look to the opportunities and work together to bring the golden era back to America.